much. Thank you for having me here. It's great to be with a whole room of very brilliant minds, so thank you very much for having us here. Okay, first, I also want to say I had the opportunity to be on the judging panel for the hackathon and for the competition, and it was very inspiring to see all these great ideas for how blockchain could be applied in the automotive industry. And we had a fun Sunday afternoon, Sunday night. So a little bit about Karma Automotive. Okay, so first of all, Karma, led by our CEO, Dr. Wanxiang, we have a strategy. It's a 4-layer strategy. And we're an automotive company, but we're not only an automotive company. We're an automotive company where we're focused on luxury, high-tech, customization, and customer service. But we also have a 4+1 piece of our strategy where we're automotive, but we also focus on technology. And we have an innovation and customization center in Southern California. We have a design center, and we have a Karma Capital arm as well. And here's a brief video about, oh, okay, it's not. So, as a car company, and not the only thing a car company, we're an open platform company as well. And what does that mean? It means that we really, from a technology perspective, really want to partner with partners. We want to invite companies to come in and co-develop with us on our platform. That could be on the vehicle platform, it could be components, or it could be on our business model in general. And we're very interested in how to develop an ecosystem, and we think that blockchain is a fundamental piece of the ecosystem as well. And of course, the benefit of being an open platform company, not only for us, but also for our partners, is that we can accelerate product and technology development and really have great growth opportunities for both us and our partners. And some of the examples of the partnerships that we already have engaged is that we have worked with BlackBerry QNX already. The over-the-air technology on our vehicle is built on a QNX platform, and we're currently working with QNX on developing AI for the vehicle as well. So, use cases. So if you want to talk about use cases, you really need to understand what are the pain points in our industry, in the automotive industry. And there are a couple of areas where we would hope that blockchain could help us address some of these pain points. And the first one is in the supply chain management. So how can blockchain help us prevent errors before they happen? How can we improve efficiency? And how can we facilitate secure information sharing? And how can we have a more steady flow of supply chain that reduces delays and disputes? So this is the first use case that we're very interested in understanding how blockchain could support us in the automotive industry. The second use case is that we know this from several governments, not only in China, but also in Europe, that there is an interest in actively tracking carbon emissions. And so how can we measure and track carbon emissions and carbon reductions in a safe, private, secure way and non-tampered way? And how can we share that with governments to potentially provide credits back to the users as well? So we're very interested in that. And we as a company, we're a carbon emissions credit seller. And so we're also interested in somehow coming up with a better marketplace mechanism for trading carbon emissions as well. So this is another area where we're very interested in trying to understand how blockchain can help us. The third use case is car sharing, or car sharing. And there's kind of two aspects, because one, we do want to be a mobility, we want to have a mobility arm to our company as well. And number two, actually, we also would like to see how an owner and a driver can securely create a contract for sharing a car. And we are currently working on a pilot that is based on more traditional technology, where there is a server, an authentication authority, but we really like this idea of blockchain to be a secure transfer with a smart contract instead. And then hopefully prevent hacking in the car, and also making sure that you have a tamper-free, history of what happened to the car as well, while of course protecting privacy for both the owner and for the driver. So the last use case, as I mentioned, we're a technology company, and we have quite a lot of different test labs. We have battery test labs, and we also have engineering test labs, and we have diamond test labs. And we have excess capacity in some of our labs, and we would like to share those labs with other companies, with partners. We want to make sure that the data that they generate in these labs is safe and secure and can be trusted as well. And frankly, we would like for these test labs to be certified so that they can be government certified labs as well. And so we think that blockchain could be something that we could leverage in that scenario as well. Okay, so that's the summary of what we think the use cases are, the pain points that we have. And I briefly want to mention again that, frankly, what we're interested in as a car company is to develop an ecosystem. We're developing and creating more value for our customers, and we think that connecting up partners who add more value to our customers really can be facilitated very well with blockchain technology. We like the idea of creating a vehicle wallet, and we like the idea of having smart contracts not only between us and our customers, but also our partner community and customers. And we think that blockchain could be a really kind of a breakthrough technology for that. So we're very much interested in that. We're very much looking into developing those kinds of technologies. Okay, so that was briefly about Karma Automotive. Thank you.
谢谢 Elley。那接下来呢，我们就和大家一起来看一看刚才Elley先生 pass 来的那段 video。Okay,
let's play the video.
好，谢谢。那接下来呢，我们要继续请上王宇珍先生和陆阳先生一起上台来讨论我们刚才所提出的这个问题。时间呢交给3位，谢谢。
So, gentlemen, you saw the 4 use cases, the 4 pain points that we pointed out, that we think we have, that we know we have in the automotive industry. And I'm curious as to see how we think blockchain can help us.
Apart from the 4 use cases, I'm glad to have seen the car. And a great car. And from your use cases, we come to understand better why the car is so good, and the technology, the thoughtful process of innovation that goes behind it. Now, I think those are great use cases. I'm particularly interested in the industrial provenance in the first category, basically the key components in a car that can be traced from the days during which they're manufactured, and you have a full data cycle throughout its lifetime. I think that's incredibly important with battery, that really the high-end traction battery that powers Karma, that really addresses safety issues and efficiency issues. I think those are great.
Yeah, well, firstly, it's a really nice car. I think we have a second option besides the Tesla. Firstly, blockchain is really a very cutting-edge technology. I think most likely for collaborative opportunities, especially in the automobile industry. There are many players, especially in the supply chain, third-party logistics, working with the manufacturer together. So I'm sure the blockchain have lots of opportunities and also the use cases in the automobile industry. Actually, as a fact, we have been working on this case since 2016 in different scenarios with different brands. For example, we started with a very simple use case, like we call maintenance logs. So we try to make the maintenance log for the car, registered into the blockchain, tamper-proof, and when the car or the car owner drives the car to some other workshop, it's very easy to verify the history, and no one can make the change about the mileage. That could be a typical fraud case in the automobile industry.
Yeah, I like that very much. And so we are very interested in developing an ecosystem where we have different partners, different industries that are all trying to come together to add value to our customers. And taking a half a step back, at that point in time, our car happens to be a device that our customers are using for a period of time. And we want to, of course, addressing customer pain points is all about trying to make life easier for our customers and try to create more value for our customers. And so we like this idea of having a platform where where there's an easy transaction, where it's very easy for the customer to get the services that they need and acquire the things that they need. And maybe even have that available as part of the vehicle wallet itself. And I'm curious as to see whether you think that that is something that blockchain could help with as well.
I think what you're describing sounds like total access, total automotive access, including driving. Have access to the vehicle, drive in, have access to the personal data that you associate with the vehicle. Make the driver feel right at home, even for the fraction of the year that he has access to that vehicle, but also how it's served, how it's maintained, and to provide a regular, to provide assured quality of services. And I think those are indeed areas that blockchain can provide value, especially when you consider there are so many different players, as you mentioned, in the game. There are the car lease company, there are the owners, drivers, and then there are the maintenance providers, mechanics, and so I think what blockchain is very good at addressing is allow this kind of distributed data access without compromising the data ownership of each individual party, because what you don't want to do is lose control over your data.
Very good point. I like that one. Yeah.
And also, when we talk about the new internet cars like Karma, there is a funny saying to say it's not really a car, it's a mobile phone with 4 wheels, that kind of thing. I'm sure when the technology is moving forward, we'll have new functions, more and more functionalities for the car users as well. So basically, I really like the idea, make every user to be really comfortable, like really using my own cars, whatever I go to rent a car or go to a co-sharing car, that kind of experiences. I'm sure the blockchain is able to do that. I think the most important is about the identity. the identity of not only the car, but also the user itself. So how you connect the driver to the car, basically we can have some kind of like a multi-signature or encryption to make sure every time you drive the car, it's loading your profile. At the same time, I think the zero knowledge proof, that kind of technology in the blockchain space, for example, like a Platinum is working on the NPC, that kind of the privacy protection and also can help with that.
Thank you. And so, as I briefly mentioned, our car is a connected car, so it speaks to us in real time, and it gives us a tremendous amount of data. And it was funny or interesting as we launched the car, how interesting is it to get 17 times a second the level of washer fluid in the car. We got that, and we got tons of other information in real time. And one of the things that I mentioned is that we're a high services company, so we have a very close connection with our customers. And so one of the things that we do is that because the car talks to us in real time, we have something called vehicle event cases, so that if something if there's an anomaly in the car, then frankly our CRM system knows it right away. And right now there's a human that will call the customer and say, look, we noticed that you plugged in your car to charge it, however it's not charging, can you please check your outlet? We've also had other cases where, we noticed that you didn't close the gap properly, that's why there's a new light in the screen. But my question is this, so there is, and it goes back to this idea of having this vehicle record. And so we have so much information about the car. So much real-time information about the car and how it was used. And we have a tremendous amount of drive data as well. And my question is, how much of that data is relevant to keep on a blockchain? And can you actually store all this data on a blockchain? So that's my question.
Yeah, well, we can change a little bit sequences here. Actually, I would say, like I said, the internet cars becomes more and more powerful in terms of the data. We even can say that the new future car will be kind of mass data generator. It can have lots of data, not only about the car itself, but also like the driving behaviors as well. Actually, we will also, talk about the data is a new oil. And how we can say the data is no oil because we can find a value out of it. So if we are able to identify some data value about whatever the car and the driver, and I think the blockchain can definitely help with that, because anything happening on the blockchain you cannot change. You can totally trust about that. As a matter of fact, we have been working on a very interesting use case we call verified car. Is actually certify the entire life cycle of the car and also some, let's say, car accidents, unfortunately. When the data happens, when the accident happens, the data can be uploaded to the cloud. And at the same time, record on the blockchain. So the other players, for example, like an insurance company, they can check the data uploading in time and also verify if the data is happening real or not. And then insurance company can make a quick decision if they can, send the people on site because it's a really big accident, or they just, very small scratch and you can just drive away to save time and the cost. So my point is that kind of the value maybe not coming from car manufacturer directly, but could be coming from, the service partners like the insurance company. So as long as the data can be dig out for some value, whatever for the users, for the manufacturers, for the car makers, for the service providers, and blockchain can definitely help on this part.
We're gonna like that. That goes back to this concept of ecosystem, right? That we're only strong when we collaborate with partners as well. So go ahead.
Yeah, there are basically the earlier question that you asked have two parts. One is the technical part, and that is off-chain or on-chain storage of data. The other part is the experiential part. So you want seamlessness with total protection. And I think that is where blockchain really does provide a huge amount of value. So in the future, people have been saying that with the car sharing, with autonomous vehicles, the future of car ownership will be put in question. But I don't think the ownership will go away. The ownership will be transformed. So you have timeshare ownership of the luxury vehicle, but in order to assure that, you need to make sure that all your personal data and attachment is intact when you're not using the vehicle, someone else is using it. So that is really, really very important. And that has to do with the ecosystem we just brought up. How do we build an ecosystem? And in order to pinpoint many of the earlier concepts, you will need to protect the data access and protect the data ownership of all those different parties, so they can build a business around the big data access they already have. I think that's another area that it builds trust amongst a distributed network of technology partners that get you there. So that is on the supplier side. On the user side, what you want to do is that, because Karma is a high-tech car, what you want to do is that you proof point many of the, with a higher profit margin, you can afford to try a lot of new tech stuff. And then the money could be in the broader embrace of those. And so I think that's where data plus business model running on the blockchain network can help you, not only with your partners in developing the technology, but with your partners/clients in further distributing and benefiting from the technology.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for allowing me to pick your brain, and thank you so much for helping us understand how we can improve our industry with blockchain technology. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Elley. 同时也谢谢王宇珍先生和陆阳先生。OK， 这次非常谢谢三位在这个时段呢，就这样的一个非常小的这个应用，跟大家呢一起来分享了他们的这个观点。好，那么。